program is The Active Center. It's created by David Sappe.
Pronounced Seppi.
Pronounced Seppi.
And today, we're jumping right in.
We are. We're getting into one of the most contentious ideas in all of ethical philosophy, egoism.
The approach based on self-interest.
Exactly. And our mission here is to give you a shortcut to understanding the central conflict by looking at two philosophical giants, Ayn Rand and James Rachels.
It's a great matchup because egoism sounds so simple.
Right.
Just do what's best for you.
Right.
But this debate between Rand and Rachels, it just reveals how complex it all is, especially around rationality and, basic morality. Yeah. It's less of a simple theory and more of a philosophical boxing match.
Okay, so let's start with the one who basically redefined the battlefield. Ayn Rand, the champion of what she calls rational egoism.
Her whole perspective is it's a real shock to the system for a lot of people.
It's a punch to the face of traditional morality, and it starts with her reclaiming a very loaded word.
That's the key insight right there. For Rand, selfishness. It isn't a vice. It's the rational pursuit of your own values. Full stop. She links this directly to productive achievement.
Productive achievement.
Mm-hmm. For her, that's the highest moral purpose there is. And anything that gets in the way of that is, well, it's a problem.
But how does she even begin to defend that? I mean, traditional morality sees selfishness as fundamentally negative.
She goes on the offensive. Her target is altruism selflessness. Her core critique is that altruism turns humans into, and this is her quote, sacrificial animals.
Sacrificial animal.
Yeah, as if you only exist to meet the needs of other people. She argues that's the real source of resentment and, moral failure.
Wait, hold on a second. If it's all about pure, rational self-interest, why would an egoist ever follow social laws or pay taxes when they just, cheat or steal if they thought they could get away with it?
And that's the crucial distinction people miss. Rand's egoism is about using rational principles for long-term benefit. It's not about impulsive whims.
So it's not short-term hedonism.
Not at all. A truly rational egoist understands that they can't thrive in total chaos. So destroying the social fabric by, say, stealing or breaking laws, that's actually against their own long-term self-interest. They need stability. It's a calculated cooperation.
Okay, that makes Rand sound incredibly principled almost, machine-like in her logic. But does James Rachels buy that premise, that all our behavior has to be calculated self-interest? He called egoism a disturbing doctrine.
He absolutely does not. Rachels attacks that idea of calculated self-interest head-on. He points out that an egoist might find it's in their best interest to just exploit someone else's kindness.
So to take advantage of their altruism.
Exactly. Because the egoist knows that other people aren't purely self-interested, exploitation becomes a rational path. And that leads straight to unethical behavior. It undermines everything.
And this is where Rachels pivots away from pure calculation. He brings in human psychology.
He does. He highlights what he sees as a fundamental human sympathy.
An emotional response.
Precisely. What's fascinating is that Rachels grounds morality in this basic emotional reaction. When we see suffering, our response isn't some calculation about how helping might benefit us later. It's a natural, a visceral reaction of sympathy.
So he's saying you can't just strip away that human bond.
Right. Rachels argues that if you focus only on self-interest, you're ignoring the basic social and empathetic nature of being human.
So what does this all mean for you listening? The core conflict we've uncovered is, well, it's pretty clear. Rand offers this vision of fierce independence and rational living.
Driven by logic.
And Rachels reminds us of our social bonds and the moral weight of suffering.
Driven by emotion and complexity. In short, Rand sees altruism as a corruption of rationality. Rachel sees it as just a natural part of being human.
It's the ultimate tension between individual purpose and social connection.
It really is, and it raises an important question for you to think about. Next time you see a political debate, say, about social safety nets or foreign aid, ask yourself, is the argument based on Rand's calculated self-interest, the logic of self-preservation? Or is it based on Rachel's fundamental human sympathy, that emotional recognition of a shared humanity, that philosophical sparring is still going on everywhere?
Mull over that tension between serving yourself and serving the community.